Word. Okay, cool. Well, we'll react to our next thing here. Guys, this clip went viral on Twitter a couple days ago. Nick, it's the Twitter... Wait, is it the Twitter thing? I think it's the Twitter thing. Go ahead, you can play it.
So if you're making $50,000, don't.
Hold on. Wait, pause. Put it at the very beginning. Go to the audio icon. Is it maxed? Play it again.
So if you're making $50,000, don't date.
It's a little low, but
I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you.
You're not ready to. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs. Okay. You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, shorty is gonna need a sip of something. She gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make $50,000, but you live in a shoe, and now you got expendable cash. Or get you a bottom of the barrel that's gonna date you when you have no money. If she doesn't have that expectation, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, enjoy it while it lasts, because eventually you're gonna wanna run. Because she doesn't stretch you, she doesn't make you the man that you need to become. She allows you to be the stagnant dude in the same jeans for days. You know what I'm saying?
Be cutting up.
I'm
You
just
talk about
saying.
me.
So if you're making $50,000, don't date.
you can pause it there. Sorry, guys, that the audio was a little low, but luckily there's subtitles. I'm sure you guys were able to hear it somewhat. Sorry, guys, if it was a little low. So going around the table, she said, if you're making $50,000 as a man, you should not date. Agree? Disagree? If so, why? Starting with you, go ahead.
I disagree. Well, I mean, me being 22, you know, most people I know are either still in school or they're just getting their like entry-level job. So they're not making that much money. But in general, I don't really think it should matter how much, like, you know, you guys could grow together, or maybe the woman could be the breadwinner of the household.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see why making $50,000 means you shouldn't date someone. Like, sure, being in a relationship comes with expenses because, you know, you might want to go out and do more activities together that cost money.
Mm-hmm.
But you also, like, you don't have to do that either.
Okay. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I disagree. Everybody has to start somewhere, and I don't expect my partner to make more money than me or anything like that. I think, like, what matters is growing together, and of course, if the relationship is stagnant and it's not growing or going anywhere, then yeah, but making less than 50,000, that's stupid.
I mean, everyone deserves companionship, but you have to date a girl in your price range.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So, I mean, you can't expect to like talk to a girl that's like used to going to like 5-star Michelin star places once a week and go shopping once a week, and all you can provide is Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is grub.
Huh?
It's grub. Like,
no, it's good. I'm saying, but you can't like lower someone's expect to like a girl to take you seriously when she's already used to a certain expectation.
What's your expectation?
My personal expectation?
Yeah.
I don't really like to give away my expectation so men don't replicate it, but I'll just say like
You're gonna have to like
I'll talk.
Share a little bit here.
Okay, like, I mean, being reasonable, like maybe every other week, like a dinner date, you know.
5-star restaurant?
It doesn't have to be a 5-star restaurant, but somewhere we both want to try.
Okay.
Frequent vacations, princess treatment.
Princess treatment.
Yeah, I'm not too hard to deal with.
All right.
Yeah, just like a princess. It's not hard.
It's not hard.
Yeah, it's easy.
Okay, so princess treatment. You said that. I'm trying to remember exactly what you said at the very beginning. There, you said something along the lines of, you shouldn't date outside of your price range. So, like, did you say what that is to you?
Well, there's no like, okay, I would say, like, for example, the activities that I like to do and I'm used to doing probably cost like anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 a month for a man to upkeep. Sorry, the activities that I like to do and I like to partake in, just to eyeball, I'm not gonna be be exact, but probably 5 to 10 grand a month just to upkeep.
What? But can you? So
What? What are you? Are you hang gliding off
No,
the
like
tower?
the
Like, what are you
activities
doing?
that I do as a person. Yeah.
What is he
No.
taking you zip lining in Cairo? What's
No.
10,000 a month?
No, I'm just like activities that I like to do, and then like with my partner. So like I'm saying, like I like to travel a lot.
Oh.
I'd love to go out to eat. Other things. So maybe 5 is a bit much. Let's say maybe like 3.
well, hold on. You said 5 to 10. So
Yeah.
5 was on the low end.
Yeah, because like what if we have a birthday or it's
A
like
birthday.
That's why. I mean, that's at least $6,000, right? For a
like-
birthday.
Like I'm just saying, like things come up. So like you have to be able to like
What comes
Car
up?
breaks down.
like car breaks down. Like it's summertime, you want to go on a vacation.
Wait, so if you're dating a guy,
Car breakdown's different than birthday.
right, but I'm saying there's occasions.
It's more expensive.
wait, have you ever had a sugar daddy?
No.
Isabella, is she telling the truth?
Yeah.
Everyone who I just entertained just happens to be nice to me. So
Like I
And
think
rich?
she's like pretty more on the high maintenance side.
She's
and
on the
I-
high maintenance side.
And I think she naturally attracts men who want to provide that high
Okay.
maintenance lifestyle.
What does it mean to be high maintenance?
I just like take very good care of myself. I'm very like strict with myself and my routine, and I have high expectations of what should be delivered. You know, when we're dating.
What should a guy deliver?
Like I was talking to somebody about this. Like I said, the frequent dates, the going out to eat, the romantic surprises, occasionally like the flowers. You know, like making sure everything is good in the house. Like if I need anything,
Sure.
not too much.
Question for you on that. So if that's what, and you want a guy to start doing that from the get-go,
No.
pretty early on in the relationship.
I mean, I don't expect.
Is your current guy doing that stuff?
Listen, if I wouldn't entertain someone who wasn't like doing at least most of that. Yes.
So if that's kind of your expectations, you mentioned like flowers, providing for you, etc. If that's what's expected of the guy, what's expected of you?
Oh. I don't know. I never. I don't know.
But I mean, you were able to enumerate multiple things that you expect the guy to do. But what do you do?
I'm a
Exist.
lady.
He exists.
I'm a
She's the
I'm a
table.
lady. I don't.
She's
bring,
the table.
I don't bring anything to the table but an iPhone, as JT says. But anyways. No, I'm
At least she's honest.
I'm actually quite smart.
And he probably upgraded it, right? That's fair enough.
I'm actually a great time. I'm very smart. But you know, no one asks me what I bring to the table.
Okay.
Can you
Well,
tell us a thing?
Yeah.
Thank
What
you.
do you bring? What do
I
you bring?
mean, I'm very business minded, so I feel like if I connect with a good person, like we can collaborate together, and like I can help you in areas of your business or potentially opening up something new.
Well, hang on, just real quick. If a guy is making spending $5,000 to $10,000 per month on you, do you really think he needs your help with business?
We can always make more money. There's never an issue with making more money.
Yeah, right. But it seems like he's already like finding
No, but I'm
that
saying like
department, right?
funding my business or going to do something he doesn't have the time to do.
Like what?
Like say if he wants to venture into real estate or maybe a certain area, I don't know, that he just has an idea in, but we only have 24 hours in the day.
Have you made a lot of money in real estate?
Pardon?
Have you made a lot of money in real estate?
No, I haven't, but I'm saying
Well,
like
then how could you help him
But
make
no,
money
but
in
I'm
real
saying,
estate?
like, what if he wants to go get like a rental property or something, or like like he needs someone to help manage it? I can go find the people. I'm just saying.
Do you
like,
have a history of managing rental properties?
I can learn. Okay.
Well, but I'm just saying, like,
this is hypothetical.
how is this helping him?
This is hypothetical. But
Yeah, but I mean, hypothetically, how would this even help him? Because you hypothetically have no experience
Okay.
hypothetically in
Now
any
you
of these
wanna-
things. So how are you hypothetically helping his hypothetical
for
business?
example, so my degree is in marketing and comm, right?
Yeah.
So say for example, I wanted to go open up a marketing agency that could
Yeah.
potentially bring in like $20K a month in revenue. I can ask my man to help me start up the business, okay? And
It sounds
potentially
like he's doing something for you.
Yeah, but potentially I'm gonna give him earnings down the
Maybe,
line.
right?
Yeah, I don't
so
mind
maybe
if
he
it's
invests in your
written in a
business, and
contract.
maybe you give us something back, but maybe not.
Okay, but no one complains.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is,
Yeah, but I'm saying down the line, like you can learn things, you know, over time.
yeah,
and be
yeah,
like,
but
babe,
what
like,
I'm saying is, if this guy already is spending this kind of money, he probably doesn't need your help in business. And then you say, but wait, if you invest in me and my business, then I'll gain enough experience for down the line. Maybe I can help you. Doesn't that seem like a really bad deal?
But that's why nothing's expected of the lady. The lady is just there.
You just exist.
Right.
10,000 a month.
But
Grid
don't
One
men
Motorsports
want like
donated
more?
One sec. Just one
$200. Popped back in and wow.
Yo, Grid
is it
One,
a
thank you,
shock
man.
that these girls want a lot and off a little? To the ladies, what do you offer a man other than 3
Gee, whoa,
usable
okay,
holes?
a little
Okay,
vulgar.
let me get back at him because I don't think I communicated this properly. Like, as a woman, you are expected
Well-
to do things.
Oh, are you answering?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As a woman, you are expected to do things. Keeping the house clean, keeping things in order, making sure he's good when he comes home from work, food, blah, 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 blah. You're supposed to not have a bad attitude. I agree. There's fundamental things. But I'm saying I've never encountered a guy, or at least entertained someone, who has sat there and asked me, what do you bring to the table? No masculine man asked that question.
Why would that be a hit to masculinity?
It would be a hit to masculinity.
Why?
because you know that a woman is there to compliment you and she's an asset to you in terms of like you
Doesn't
don't-
sound like you're an asset. Sounds like you just cost $10,000 a month.
But we said 10,000 was hypothetical, right?
No,
Men-
that wasn't hypothetical.
But-
That was your answer. That was not the
No,
hypothetical part.
I said something like maybe like between like 5 to 10 grand a month in extra expenses. You have a wife. You know how much you spend on your wife a month?
Yeah. It's not $10,000.
Okay, but I'm sure you're at least probably spending a couple grand on her with going out to eat, vacation, stuff like that.
No, we put all that towards the kids.
Well, I don't have kids, and I don't date men with kids.
Yeah, no, I get it. But what I'm saying to you is that if we're
Hold on.
Nickelodeon donated $200.
Thank you, Nickelodeon.
Have
Appreciate
you
it,
ever
man.
looked up the price of a gift and gotten mad your boyfriend didn't pay enough on you? Toxic attitude. BTW, video was just a black Carla Elia. I wonder if she supports poor eugenics too.
I don't even know what that means.
What does that mean?
What's that mean?
Yeah, actually, Nickelodeon, Andrew, actually, he helped me kind of craft the argument with, well, if you, what, I'm trying to remember what it was, but basically, she said that broke men should not have children, and Andrew, you pointed out to me that that's basically a eugenics program.
yeah, that's
And,
eugenic in nature. So, but back to this.
Yeah.
Right? 'Cause-
Thank you, Nickelodeon.
and I'm not even picking on you. I'm actually just trying to understand. Right? Just trying to understand. When we're asking what you bring to the table, you're like, well, I'm a good human being. That's what you're saying. I'm a good human being. And it's like, okay, but he's a good human being, and he's spending $10,000 a month. So when you're asking, what do you bring to the table, right? Since it's strictly a materialist worldview that you have on this, it's strictly material. So you're saying,
Oh,
Grid One Motorsports
Thank you, Grid
donated $200. A man making that kind of money does not have time for such nonsense.
okay.
And hookers are cheaper.
Oh.
You need to bring something to the table other than needing a man to pay your way.
right.
But we
so-
don't need a man to pay our way. We have our own money.
Yeah, but what he's saying, he's actually making a really good point. So let me try to frame it better.
thanks for
Saying there's only a material mindset here. The material mindset is, well, it's expected that I provide a material dinner and I clean the house, and these are all material things. The expectation from him is that he provides material with way harder, right, $5,000, $10,000, in order to complement things that you desire, right? So they ask really, when they're asking, what do you bring to the table? Saying, what do you complement that he desires? What is the material thing that you think that you bring to the table that is desired by the man?
Well, unfortunately, most men just kind of want a trophy. And I think that's the most material thing ever.
That's it?
That's not it, but then deeper than that, most men obviously want peace. They want, someone to come home to and someone to speak to. But
It doesn't sound like a trophy. It sounds like something else.
okay. I don't know if you live in LA.
No.
Okay. I know a lot of LA girls and who get crazy things monthly from their boyfriends, husbands, or whatever. They don't do anything but sit on the side of their man and be pretty. So I'm going to say from that end of the spectrum, those men are just looking for a pretty face to walk around in a business meeting. But someone who maybe wants a balance of that or different, they want a woman who not only takes care of herself, but is going to add value to his life in a way that he can be comfortable in the home and like come back to the home and be peaceful with her.
That's what you think the value is? So if we were to say, for instance, one of these women that you're talking about, who is a trophy for one of these men in LA, what's the difference between her and a prostitute exactly?
I think ownership.
What is ownership? Couldn't she walk away from the relationship even easier than the prostitute could? At least with the prostitute, there's a contract, right?
No.
Well, there is, right? It's still a contract. It's like you hand me money, and then there's sex involved.
Yeah, but
So couldn't the trophy like walk away even easier than the prostitute could? So I mean, well, like, what's the actual distinction here between I just exist and I'm just here to be a trophy? And I mean, it just sounds like prostitution, essentially, right?
ask the men. I don't know.
Well, I'm asking you.
I don't know, man. I just observe. Because at the end of the day, like the wives in those situations, when they get divorced, they walk away, with a big sum, and the prostitute doesn't.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know.
That's a really good point. They do. But I'm not sure that that's helpful to the relationship dynamics that we're talking about here.
I don't know what's helpful. If the men are happy with doing what they do, then let them do it. Who are we to judge?
I don't quite understand your question exactly about it, because what she brings is a relationship and someone to spend time with, emotional support, all the things that come with a healthy relationship.
No, she doesn't. She's saying that there's a material existence which is there, and her job is to do nothing except just to exist for the material relationship, because that's what men want.
No. I'm not.
That's what she said. Right?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there are certain standards in a relationship that to even be in a relationship, this is the bare minimum standard. But of course, if I'm in a relationship with a man, I'm bonding with him. I'm doing things for him. We're there together. It's a companionship.
So what's the expectations? That's the question. What do you bring to the table?
The expectation for him?
For you.
He just take care of the house, like take care of business, know?
That's the expectation?
What is your wife's expectation? I don't know.
My wife's expectation?
Yes.
My wife's expectation was to give me children, take good care of my children, and to obey. That's the expectation.
Okay, well, I would obey my partner for sure. The children part, I'm not looking to have children anytime soon.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yes.
But when you say obey, what do you mean by that?
Like to be respectful and to be submissive to your man.
Respect and submission is different than obey.
What do you
What's your
mean by
definition?
obey?
Well, obeyance is I do it when I say to do something, you do it. And if I make a decision that you disagree with, ultimately I have the final say, and you don't have one.
Oh, that your wife has to abide by that?
Yeah.
Why
Oh,
doesn't she have a final say?
Why would she?
Well, does she not offer anything to you that would
Sure,
allow her to
it's,
have an
but it's up to my
opinion on
choosing
something?
whether or not I intake that and agree with it or disagree with it. But ultimately, if I disagree with it, it's my decision.
So you're the one with the javel.
A gavel? A gavel?
A gavel.
A gavel? The judge? No. It's in a Christian marriage, man's the head of the household.
Okay.
So when you guys first got together, was she already like that, or did you have to like bring up these ideas that like she has to obey?
If there wasn't an understanding from at least near the beginning of the relationship that was the expectation, yeah, that wouldn't have been a relationship.
Okay.
So the question is, I think what's missing is that I think men value virtue, and I think women don't give a shit. I think that they mostly seem to value material instead of virtue. And so this is where I think the disconnect is.
I don't know how you can say that.
Well, I just said it.
There's men, there's like you could generalize and say men are very materialistic in like America.
How are they materialistic?
Fast cars, the designer clothing. Men are materialistic as hell.
These preferences for things which are material. However, men value things above the material.
So do women.
What?
Children, when that happens. Sometimes your religion.
That's material.
Anyway,
Experiences, family, friends, community.
Yeah, what are the higher values though? Like things like integrity.
Yeah.
Things.
That should be at top of the list.
Well, why wasn't it then?
I was just doing things
lost in
first.
translation.
If it should be at the top of the list, why wasn't it at the top
that
of
was
the
a
list?
weird way to frame it.
Yeah.
It's not a weird way to frame. There's material, there's non-material. Virtues are non-material.
When you said virtue, then I kind of realized what you were saying. But of course, integrity, honesty, respect, like all these things are
Accountability, all of it. Like,
All of those things are super important.
correct.
Okay, but so the disconnect that I see, this is what I'm saying, is it just seems that men seem to take accountability for those virtues a lot better than women do, at least in the modern era.
it's a
Not
very
disagreeing with
broad generalization.
Yeah, because it's broadly and generally true.
Okay.
Do you have
If you
like
want to make it more
statistics?
hyper specific, I'm happy to do it.
Do you have any like studies?
Do you
on
have
that, or
a
is that just
study,
your opinion?
a sociological study? Let me tell you about sociological studies. First of all, 60% of them, basically, you can dismiss right away. And do you know why? It's because of what's called the replication crisis. So what's happened is there's two major fields which are non-scientific. They're called soft sciences. The first, medical field. The second, sociology. These are the two which are the worst affected by this. The problem is that most of the studies in sociology can't be replicated. Most, not some, most of them can't be replicated. So anytime somebody says, what about my studies and my sociology? Problem is, it's a soft science because of controls. So I dismiss a lot of it. And I probably should. Most people should probably dismiss a lot of it
So
because of replication.
You're just speaking off your experience.
Well, observable intrinsic reality, and I have an observance to history as well, but even if we were to use modern data, right, bring up whatever you want, we can get into it.
I mean, you're basically saying women are inherently inferior when it comes to virtue.
Yes.
The Whatever podcast.
Yes. That's what I'm saying, yes.
The views expressed by the guests on the Whatever podcast do not necessarily reflect the views of the Whatever podcast.
Show me where women go and fight for their country and die for it.
That's not, everybody has their own role.
What's their role?
I mean, aren't you, I mean, you're like a red pill guy.
Yeah,
You realize,
I'm
like,
not a red
men
pill
and
guy.
women
What
are
is their
different,
role?
right?
So while you're off fighting for the wars, we were given the role to take care of the home, to take care of the family, children, all of that.
Oh, yeah.
That would be our
I
role.
mean, what a terrible job. You had to do the same exact thing that you were already doing before men went and fought a war.
Do you
But
wish
that's not
that
the
was
point.
you? I'm like, what?
Andrew, are you trying to get my channel canceled? What are you trying to do here? Andrew's trying to get my channel canceled. And by the way, Andrew's just joking about all of this. Maybe not.
I'm funning.
Yeah.
That's all.
Wait,
It's just funning.
I do want to try to narrow down a little bit because you mentioned a couple
And no,
words
not
here.
red pill.
Oh, and
Christian ethicist.
we were going around the table getting everybody's reaction to that video. So the one where she said if you make 50,000 you
Grid
should
One
date.
Motorsports
We'll react to
donated
that right after Grid
$200.
One's chat here. Thank you,
Men
Grid One.
value women for theachastity, providing them with children and peace from the world. If you are argumentative, high maintenance, or simply self-absorbs, no good man will have you. Be better.
I really like this super chatter, by the way.
Thank you, Grid One. Appreciate it. So okay, we're going around the table, getting everybody's reaction to the original video that we saw. Go ahead. Well, I think we start with, and we do. I want to come back to you a little bit, but we'll get everybody's reaction.
Was I gone during this video?
Oh, did you not watch? Was she gone?
I think so.
Think so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were here when he's referencing the video where the woman was saying $50,000 a month.
Well,
Loose Pussy Energy donated $200.
Nice, LP,
These
thank you.
304 are high maintenance as fuck. They don't bring shite to the table but expects guys to pay for their life. You are not that special.
Oh.
Get the fuck out of here. Hashtag get the rocks. Hashtag free Nick number 8 at 18.
Hashtag free Nick.
Get the rocks. Yeah. Abdul? Yeah. Get the rocks. Get the rocks.
I feel like this might have been directed at you. Do you
I
want to
know.
respond to?
I just think it's so funny. You should get your money up and then talk to me.
Okay. LP, you heard it from her. You got to get your money up.
I mean, you realize he just made his point, though.
I really don't care because my life goes on. Like, I'm good with or without the comment.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying you realize that you made this point.
He can win on the internet. It's cool.
So are you saying he's taking a W?
Like, take your internet win. Like, this is real life, buddy.
Okay. So the video that we were reacting to, essentially she just says, if you make $50,000 as a man, you should not date. Agree, disagree, why?
Disagree. That seems very specific. I guess I don't know the context, but I would say disagree. Anyone should be able
There's
to
not,
date.
I mean, there's
Well,
really
I think the broader point that's trying to be made is he's saying there's a standard, and if you're under this threshold standard for the amount of money which can provide a good material existence for another person, that you probably shouldn't be trying to date other people because you can't provide for them. That's what the statement actually is about.
Okay. So I believe there would be multiple facets in which you could look at. So if it's, I mean, you should look at age, what their intentions are in dating, if they're just looking for a partner for fun, or if they're looking for a future spouse, then then it would be a little more complicated if they're wanting children. So there would be multiple things you should look at, and it's a broader question. I mean, if I'm just going to answer it broadly, yes, you should date, but it would be personalized when you're looking at the other factors.
Yeah, I get it. I get that you're saying each individual situation is different. That's always true. But what she's saying, she's just talking in generalities.
Yeah,
And
so
she's
if we're
saying,
talking generally,
she's saying,
then yeah.
so from a material view, right, if you're not able to take care of another person, or you're not able to meet whatever the perception of standard is for taking care of another person, should you even be dating? That's what the argument basically is.
Gotcha. And we're speaking just materialistically?
She is.
Okay.
Yeah, she is. So she's saying $50,000 where she's at is not a lot. A bottle of water is $3. Then you have all these extra expenditures.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're under this threshold, you probably shouldn't be dating. That's what she's saying.
Yeah. Okay. So we're speaking generally. I'm just going to say, yeah, you should be able to date.
What about you?
Yeah, I think it's baloney, what she said. And I would think she would consider me a bottom of the barrel B, as she put it.
She did say bottom of the barrel. Yeah, she
because
did say that.
I only date blue collar gentlemen, and some of them make less than $50,000, and they are good men, and I think she's full of it. So.
All right. And she's gone. What about you?
I personally think it's an unfair statement. I would actually kind of compare it to what if someone were to make a video, like a man were to make a video saying, if you're over 150 pound women, don't date, lose some weight, and then you can date. I feel like that's not really fair. I mean, people can have their own, I guess, preferences, but I don't think people should be shamed or barred from joining the dating market just because they don't make a certain income.
Any other thoughts on this, Andrew, on the video?
Well, the problem is again, these they're always focusing on this kind of hyper materialist worldview, and it's insane to me. And so, you know, this woman's entire prism is based around, well, if you can't do this for me, then go fuck yourself, basically, right? That's what she's saying.
Right.
And the silliness to it is like it's self-centered and it's selfish, and ultimately this kind of sense of only me, only me, only me has led to this kind of decadence that we're dealing with right now, with just an overage of materialism. Nobody looks at any type of spiritualism. They look at nothing behind it. It's just pure material. And so, yeah, that's what she's speaking to.
Okay, cool.